Yeah, I'm one of those guys that have known you for quite a long time now, and I'm very grateful to have you as my mentor, as someone who leads me and someone who teach me in the market. I want to say there's a lot that you have taught me, and in this journey of trading, I've learned a lot of things also. Besides the money aspect, there's a lot of things that you address, Mr. Michael, that are fundamental for one's well-being. Uh, all these things have actually made me become a better man. And I think you understand. I think you know me better, Mr. Michael. This trading journey is a journey whereby uh, the market sometimes teach you to be disciplined as well, you see. And discipline is one of those things that is very tough for us as men. But for us to conquer the market, first you have to conquer some of those things that are not in line with ourselves, especially in the market. So yeah, I don't want to say much, Mr. Michael, but I really appreciate you and the service that you're doing and the information that I've done. And I've seen that with what you have taught us and what that you keep on preaching, it's very real. And this market is a market of infinity money. And like I say, it needs someone who is disciplined and someone who actually knows himself better so that these markets can be conquered. Um, I I now practice some things that I now do, such as meditations, which I actually didn't do before I was trading. So I find that meditation is now actually one of those daily routines that I actually do. So that if I don't meditate, Mampacho, I feel there's something missing on the day, of which, bravo to you, say, bravo to you, say. So yeah, that's all I want to say. And talking about the markets, one of the my favorite tools that you have taught me to use is the Fibonacci series. Yeah, I'm so interested in that too, and I always try to to maximize it and to understand it better so that I can also share the knowledge, and I'll be also be sharing that knowledge with you guys as we'll be going also. So that's all I want to say today. So thank you, Mr. Michael.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful feedback, Mr. Terence. Those are profound words. You see, um, especially in Africa, we have a problem of ignorance. That's one of our biggest problem as Africans. That's why you see most Africans they believe that most they are Africans that are progressing, yes. But looking at the number, if you check the number of millionaires and billionaires in the world, worldwide, you realize that most of the millionaires and billionaires are from the western side of the world. This is because of the nature in which and the culture in which they grew up in. They grew up in a culture that was so different from our culture. They grow up in a culture whereby they appreciate people, they appreciate what they are given, they appreciate even themselves. So, which is not present in this side, this side on our African side, this side. People were so ignorant to an extent that even the person who helped you to go to the next level financially, with time, as you start to enjoy that money that you're not enjoying, you might actually forget out of ignorance. You might actually forget that person and you might actually forget where your breakthrough, your financial breakthrough, where that turning point, where your turning point financially was. Many people tend to forget. Because at the end of the day, you need to realize that where that turning point was, that person he also has an ability to show you how you can actually exponentially jump other levels that you might find even throughout your journey. People who are responsible or people who are able to change the course or to change the direction of your finances. Let's say your finances are downtrending, then they bring they bring an uptrending channel in your finances. If ever is someone like that, you need to cherish those people and you need to keep those people closer each and every single time. Those people, they don't even need your money. They don't even need, all they need from you is number one, dedication, commitment, and also the willingness. Show the desire that you want to go to the next level. Show the desire, because when you show the desire, you're actually giving them a green light to say, I really want this thing. Because at the end of the day, they also respect their time, and they are willing to give space to people if ever there is someone who comes today and their desire is 100, and there's someone who came last month but their desire is on 10%. Obviously, they will focus on that one who desires 100%, even if that person came today, because they are aware that that person is ready. That person is ready for the next level. Not only does the person want, but if they are actually ready for the next level because of the actions that they will be portraying and the way they will be handling themselves. So you need to be very careful, especially in the journey of trading. Trading, it's an industry that is so deep to an extent that most people they think it's all about money. When we talk about money, we're talking about a lot of things. When we're talking about money, so long there is money involved, know that there are so many other things also involved. It's not only the money there. There are so many other things. Gratitude is a simple act, it's a simple attitude, which if ever you don't have it, in trading you're going to face a lot of challenges. A lot of challenges in the sense that a setup can give you, let's say you enter a setup, I don't know how aggressive or how conservative, you enter a setup, it gives you good money. Let's say it gives you, I don't know, times two your account balance, whatever. But let's say it gives you money that you yourself, you know that you actually need this money in your life. If, for example, let's say someone who's trading $100 account, someone who is trading $100 account, and yet you know that according to your current level in life, you actually need each and every single dollar. So many, if ever the market really goes your way, gives you $50, $100, you actually need to be grateful for that, because according to your current level, you need that money. That's why it's dangerous to keep on focusing on other people's journeys. It's good, it's okay for you to look at someone's results for inspiration purpose or for motivation purpose. But if ever you now start to compare your results with that person's results, that's how you start to lose it. Why? Because trading, the journey on its own, it's a journey that you are taking on your own. In as much as there are mentors guiding you, the journey itself, you also a proper mentor will give you. There is a time whereby they will give you space to experience the journey. They give you space to experience the journey, but as you're experiencing the journey, they make sure that they are guiding you in that journey. You're not moving in the journey blinded or blind. You actually have someone guiding you, telling you that if you go straight, after you go straight and you turn left, there is another short, there's another left turn as well, and there's another right turn. Don't take the right turn, take the left turn. If you take the right turn, there's a hole in front there. If you take the left turn, it will take you where you want to go. That is the purpose of a mentor. The purpose of a mentor is to guide you in your journey, meaning you are moving, and as you are moving, you have someone who is giving you directions. So the danger that most people who go for mentorship, most of the problems that they have is they think now their financial results now are now dependent on the mentor. No, that's a wrong attitude, because the journey is yours. The purpose of a mentor is to guide you on your journey. On your journey, I must be able to guide you, show you that if you step here, there's fire there. If you step here, it's safe. If you do this, it's right. If you do this, if you do this, if you do this, if you do this. That's the purpose of a mentor. And most of you have a challenge when it comes to those stuff. So without wasting much time, let's just look at what we looked at yesterday, and look at what happened and what is still happening. So Boom 500, as usual, we always start from the daily time frame. The reason why we always start from the higher time frame, I've told you over and over again, is because The higher time frame will give you picture and details that the lower time frame might not show you. So that's the benefit of going all the way to the highest time frame going down, unlike just starting from the middle or taking the story from so we'll start from the daily. From the daily, you go down to your 4 hours and your other lower time frames. So let me just go back here to boom 500. Boom 500 is still in our selling zone. That's why I'm starting with it, so that you know that swing sell that we have been talking about, it's still relevant here on boom. So boom, you see, this is the structure that I have on boom. Boom, we changed character. After changing character, always know that the market must drop. Dropping is dropping to give us a higher low. This is internal structure. This is the lower low of external structure. So, but according to internal structure, we need a higher low before we continue going up. So according to internal structure, we have a higher high already, which is this one because it's higher than this one, right? So we now need a higher low. A higher low, we need a higher low, a higher low. If you check as the market was going, it was failing to break, failed to break here, failed to break here, nothing, nothing here. Then here, that's where the break happened. I spoke about this. So after that break, that's when we say this is now our higher high. So after we now hit the high, market must drop and give us a higher low. And when it comes to higher lows now, the market must break to the downside and not the upside. So if you check all the upsides, it was failing to break the upsides. As we go up, it mustn't break the downsides. As we go down, it mustn't break the upside. So here we broke here. After this break, pullback. This pullback was in the first sell entry here. First sell entry, you could have targeted this low as your first target. 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5 days of holding this first sell. So now it pulled back again into a supply, which is this one, daily supply there. So that supply now, because according to the daily, I have a zone that I'm expecting the market to push onto to give us our high low, which is this demand here. And I spoke the reasons because all these other demands down here, they were retested or they were mitigated. So there's no need for the market to come back all the way down. So this is the only demand that is left unkept. That's why that's the reason why I'm expecting the fall all the way into this before we continue with our bullish order flow, which is currently happening there, right? So daily, we are now in a bullish order flow because we have established a higher high, right? External structure, which is the daily here, we are now in a bullish order flow. So now, after I've marked my zone on the daily, going down to 4 hours, I'm simply going there to add more flesh to my analysis, to add extra confluences to my analysis. If you look at this, this is a beautiful downward structure. Someone can look at it in that way. So this is a downward structure, which is good. Touch, touch, touch. There, someone could have entered immediately on the trend line, their stop loss above. There's nothing wrong with that entry. It's also correct. Nothing wrong with that entry. It's also correct. So that was also another way of entering that trade. And here now you can see that we have this. If you refine this, the supply according to 4 hours, this is the supply. It hasn't been broken. In as much as the market has been playing around within the supply, it never broke it. That's why I'm saying our trade, our setup is still valid, and the market can still push all the way to where we are anticipating. So here on the 4 hour, I like that already we have a change of character here. Change of character happened here, and already we now have break of structures. Break of structure happened here. So already on the 4 hour, you can already see that this is a low, lower high, lower low, most probably lower high. From there we expect a lower low, then maybe lower high, maybe lower low. Unless it comes all the way straight down and gives us our lower low there. it will also be fine. So now this move to the downside is simply a pullback on the daily, a pullback to establish a higher low. Once that higher low is established, you see this current bearish order flow on the 4 hour, you see it being broken. How is it going to be broken? When you see the market breaking the previous lower high, that's the shift in order flow. So once it goes all the way, breaks the lower high, that means we are no longer in a bearish order flow when we are now in a bullish order flow. It means the 4 hour order flow is now in sync with the daily order flow, overall order flow, right? So once that happens, it means we're now just going up, 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 up. So, but currently our sales are still valid. Sales are still valid on Boom 500. Sales are still valid. So all you now need is to, if you check this right, what I've always told you, for example, this is the zone, right? This is the zone. This is the supply on the 4 hour, right? Once the market taps into your major zone like that, all you need are confluences. For example, the first confluence here, we had this change of character here. That's a change of character, right? After that change of character, and there's the pullback starts, you need to know that this high that caused the change of character, right? And this low, this is your current trading range. If ever this market is going to go down, it mustn't break here. This wasn't broken. This was actually an entry criteria. That is how you can actually get sniper entries. When all the confluences are saying that we're dropping and the market comes and tests a high like that, that's how you get sniper entries. You could have actually sold immediately there. After this, you would have sold, placed the stop loss maybe somewhere here. As it goes down, you also drop it to this level. So that is how you could have gotten the sniper entry. After the change of character, you need to mark the highest point and the lowest point. That's the first thing. Then, if ever there are any supplies in between, like this one, this was a supply. Market came tapped into the supply and dropped. This was money. This was money. This was money. Right. So even if someone had entered that trade, even if you had entered, either it was going to take you out on break even. If not on break even, it was going to take you out on a on small profit, because after such a move like this is one to almost after such a move like this, as the market comes and takes the next level out like this, you need to make sure that either your stop loss is on break even, especially on break even. That's the first thing that you must do. Make sure that you've shifted your stop loss to break even after the market pushed and breaks the next level there. But so this was the range, low and the high. So according to this range, we mustn't break the high. Point number one taken. According to this, it has to break the law, right? Break the law. So this is what one possible scenario. You can come all the way back here and give us a pullback later, or it can actually give us a pullback now because of this internal break. This internal break can give you a pullback into any significant zone that might not be has been. So those are all the scenarios that I'm looking forward to. So now my entry point, my first entry point obviously was this one. But now we now want to identify other entry points now for those that are not in. Those that are not, even if you want to add extra confluences here, like a trend line, you can see that this is a channel that has been broken. You broke, retest, double retest there. So even if you want to add extra confluences, you still see the same thing. That so yeah, even if you want to add this other trend line here, you can see that the market actually touch fake out. So now we broke out. So here, what might happen? What might possibly happen? It can actually give us that pullback into this trend line. You realize that if you go to a lower time frame, there's also another zone that will be there. Then you take the sell, drop, break here, maybe pull back into any zone all the way up until we reach our zone down, 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 down. So this is also a swing trade opportunity. Swing trade opportunity. So going down to 30 minutes, I realized there's a supply that wasn't retested, that the market actually left at the top there. So there are two entry types that there are two entry types of entries that I actually also do just to highlight to someone out there, right? For example, if ever I know that a zone that was not a market like that, right? My first entry type, this this move down here with the sold obviously. Then here the break and retest of this trend line was also another sell. So now the next third entry criteria now is after the pullback, it can come pullback. Those that know me, they know that if ever I show you a setup like this, most of the times you will see the market going exactly as I had said, but you realize that someone would have not have made money. I don't know why, but the setup would have been given. I would have done all the calculations, gave you the setup, gave you the entry, gave you the stop loss, but then you realize someone is not still in the trade. So this one, the stop loss will just be tight above the target all the way down. All the way down. The major target that I'm looking forward to is at the bottom of the channel, which is close to where this zone is. So that will actually be 1 is to 36. 1 is to 36. If ever you want to just push, give yourself a reasonable stop loss, maybe somewhere around here, that would be 1 is to 20. 1 is to 20 risk to reward, meaning if you risk $10 on that trade, if you risk $10, you're going to make 200. If you risk $100, you're going to make how much? 2,000. That's the whole maths. That's the whole mathematics of risk to reward. So you only need to know your account size, your account balance, and know how much you're willing to risk on that account balance. So that this is the high probability trade that I'm looking forward to right now. Another high probability trade is volatility 75, which is a swing buy. I gave you the signal already. I gave you the signal already. I gave you the signal already. The signal I gave it when this market tapped into our zone, the zone that I was talking about, I gave the signal around that zone there. Right now, everyone who took that signal, they are in profit because of that signal. So this one we spoke about it and spoke and spoke and spoke and spoke. But we have a change of character here. Change of character, we expect a drop. Drop is simply there to create a higher low. We have a low here. This one is a higher low because it broke this internal structure here, right? So this one is our higher high. So from this higher low, we expect the market to come and give us a higher high. Maybe around here, that's my first zone because there's a supply there. That's my first zone of taking profits from. So here we have a higher low already because we broke internal structure. So now it's just a matter of waiting to get confirmations and holding all the way to the upside there. Going down to lower time frames, you're simply going there to identify those confirmations. Once you have those confirmations in the lower time frame, no need for you to wait. For example, here the confirmation that I've been talking about you guys about was once the market pulls back into this demand, this is the demand that was not retested. This one was retested, retested, retested. This one, the market came out of it. If ever you want to know the zones that the market will always pull back into, identify and look for zones where the market left impulsively. This zone the market left so impulsively and left the demand there, which is actually a demand there. So after tapping into the demand here, I actually said, guys, buy VIX 75. That was the first entry type. First entry type is simply after the tapping into the zone, you can buy. That's the first entry type that I use. The second entry type now is after the lower time frame confirmation. Lower time frame confirmation is whereby, remember, as it was going down, as the market will be going down like this, it will be giving you a bearish order flow, meaning lower highs and lower lows. Meaning for it to start going up, it has to give us a bullish order flow. So bullish order flow confirmations, they have to first happen. Once they've happened, you know now that we're now pushing all the way up. So here I have two things now. I have two things here, and the market broke structure here, left this high. Then here played around, failed to break structure. Then internally, this was an internal change of character. Remember what I've told you about our entry types. If we have an internal change of character and a pullback, you can actually buy. Then this other change of character, this other external change of character. So this internal is going to give us this buy. This buy already we are in here, first entry. Second entry is upon the pullback into this order block here. This is an order block. This order block there, we buy there. Then once it changes character here, you see some form of pullback again. Not all the way, it may not come all the way down, but it will give you that pullback before it continues going up. So those are the entry types that we'll be looking for. Right now, we are looking forward to this. This is let me check the risk to reward. What's the risk to reward for the almost 1:36. 1:36, if ever you want to maybe give it room to breathe, 1:30. 1:30, because giving it room to breathe, you're just putting just a little further from the zone. This is the whole level here. So here, the risk to reward 1:30, meaning if you risk $10, you make 300. If you risk $100, you make 3,000. Simple, simple, simple stuff. So once you tap into this zone, please don't come to my inbox and ask me, should we buy? Should we buy now? Don't ask me that. That's the purpose of this session, is to equip you. I'm equipping you here. I'm showing you the entry points. I'm showing you the exit points. I'm showing you when to enter. I'm showing you where to put your stop loss. So what's the purpose of you coming to my inbox? Say, Mr. Mike, can I enter now? No, no, you don't need to. That's being a baby. That's being a child for nothing. You're not growing. It's a sign that you're not growing. Because if we teach you how to hold the spoon, we teach you how to fish, we teach you everything, you still come back and ask. There's nothing wrong with asking, but the problem is asking after you've been told where to buy and where to sell, where to put your stop loss. Then you keep on asking. So this is the zone there. That is the zone. I mostly prefer 30 minutes. 30 minutes time frame, I prefer 30 minutes. So this is the zone. This is the zone according to 30 minutes. We are going to buy here. This one is going to happen. And this trade, I'm going to hold it overnight. I'm going to enter there, whatever sizes I'm going to enter, and I will hold it overnight. And I will make money. I don't know about you, but I've explained everything. I've showed you everything. These are the high probability trade opportunities that I'm looking forward to so far. Not to say there are no other entry opportunities on any other pairs, no. Personally, these are the only pairs that I focus on when it comes to cash and over. Those that know me, they know that these are the only ones that I usually focus on, mostly. So if ever my main pairs, they are high probability entries, why must I waste time and look at other pairs for no reason? So there's no reason for me to do that. So this is the entry for big 75 entry, stop loss there. Then B5, I've given you the entry and the stop loss as well. Don't waste your time analyzing 100, 10 pairs, 5 pairs. Then you discover that on all of them, you miss the major opportunities, you missed them. So what was the purpose of you wasting time analyzing all those 10 pairs? Why not just focus your energy on one zone, on one pair, 2 pairs, maximum 3 pairs. 1 pair, 2 pairs, maximum 3 pairs. So guys, I think we are done. 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 Those that do not understand, you simply go and watch the video on YouTube. You go and rewatch the video on YouTube, and you see all the zones. You see all the zones. You see all the zones. So, guys, that is it for today. That's it. That's it.